Hello to you. My name is Jesse Johnson. This is the true spiritual garden. Does not need to be cultivated. Just don't pollute it. Pollution is to have a fluctuating mind that fabricates artificialities and contrivances in virtually every area of life. If you want to understand artificiality, subjective judgments, imagination of all types of untrue things, do so without grabbing at all to anything or rejecting at all any and all things and everything. The mind cannot get out of the mind or away from the mind. Methods and meditation strengthens the ego mind or false sense of a mental constructed self. All methods are created by the mind. The self that you call yourself, not the physical body, is a product of the mind. It's not a real entity self. The matter is not of having any types of unique experiences, whether they are visions, unique mental strengths, philosophies in all forms. There is no true self that can stand apart from anything whatever and see anything whatever. It is not a matter of great experiences, but simply to realize the ultimate realized, to realize this reality, of which virtually no adult human is true aware of. The ultimate realization is the ultimate realization of the ultimate realization that is this reality. It is not a matter of where, when, what, how, why. That's important. It is that this cosmos universe exists at all. It is that this cosmos universe is the case at all. It is an impossibility to realize this with the mind. The mind is a secondary social product of the mental. The mind cannot go beyond itself. One's essence is total and complete. It is true, inherent, perfect. To grab at the so-called cultural nonsense of good and reject the so-called cultural nonsense of bad is the province of contrivance. To go on seeking and searching with the mind, which is mainly a social, artificial, complex mental construct of a self, for externals of God or gods, happiness from persons or things, love, and so on, you go further astray. A single thought of a wandering, directionless, blind mind is the root of death in the world. No, not body death. Human delusions of using the references of time, space, taken as real, along with deceit, pride, greed, hate, negative social discrimination, prejudice against others, disrespect of others, deviousness and conceit, and other life-destructive negatives have come together in one body, yours. This body is made of physical elements. Its form, appearance, and disappearance is that of elements, which have no identity. You are the one that give the labels and tags to it. When thoughts pass away peacefully, the false self made of thoughts dissolves into the universal oceanic. Delusion means you are not true aware of your fundamental essence. Once you truly see, you never become deluded again. All things of the mind are mental objects, including names, labels, images, thoughts, feelings, time, space, and so forth. If you deeply, non-intellectually understand this, then false concepts slow down and stop arising. With this intuitive acceptance of the beginninglessness of all things becomes the case. All things are true, perfect in itself. Yet you struggle without seeing just how close you are to the ultimate. The ultimate is closer to you than you are to you. The ultimate is you, not the ego you. Why do you put slave chains on yourself and put your own self in prison? You, and along with virtually every human adult. Others move around, act, and claim to know the way. But this falsehood told to yourself alienates you even more. When you stop chasing ghosts, when will you stop chasing ghosts and self-lies? You don't need to seek and search inside or outside yourself. All methods of every type, spiritually speaking, is to clear the mind enough to enable you to see one thing. The ultimate treasure is here and now. All states that take you away from this is the problem. The ego and all else is the problem. Stuck in mental mind, time-space reference without seeing its reference only and not real. The here and now is the only reality. The only reality. The only absolute eternity. You and all else is the true eternity, and it is not a bunch of thoughts. The treasure house itself, you just don't see it. For there is nothing to do, only something to see. It is all of the different poisons of mind states that blind. The mind is taken over with thinking, producing a cloud that blinds and obscures. You run in every direction to get this or to get that. The mind has its place. There is nothing wrong with having the mind. It has its place and is there when needed. Get understanding before everything else. Get understanding, and the mental chronology-based memory of birth and death loses effect. You are then free to go. You no longer seek or weep for wonders, for now they come of themselves. There is no stability in the world of humans. Like a house on fire, you cannot and will not stay here bodily for long, for we are all shadows, air, and dust. What's humans' affliction? What is humans' affliction? Trying to hold on to that which is inherently impermanent. Stop seeking for your health and happiness externally. The pure, transcendental living light of non-words, non-mind, non-ego self, non-memory, non-thought, non-feelings, emotions, non-concepts, non-imagination, non-God divine, non-personal. Divine supreme true awareness is awakened essence of that which is this reality, which includes non-ego you as an infinitesimal aspect. When one has an ego, one has a terrible, distorted mind. And the mind rots and stinks, for it is decay. You use a shower or bath to wash the body. What do you use to clean and wash the mind? Don't be confused by the false spiritualist teachers and preachers of the whole world's holy business. Selling their sweetened water, they sell as medicine. You relentlessly and impulsively and obsessively seek everywhere, looking internally and externally everywhere, and to others for your own hand and feet. This is already a mistake. Only the ego is trying to be fulfilled, which is an impossibility. Fear is a mental construct. It is not real. Along with hundreds of other life-negative mental compositions produced by only the mind. A major problem? Wrong thinking. It is the blind mind that doesn't let so-called you see the simple truth. This is eternity, the only real. I want to thank you. Share this video, subscribe, and for all my videos, write Jesse Johnson into YouTube. Once again, have a very good day.